the interesting takeaways from this exercise is that there are so many different magnitudes of numbers that we can make by putting numbers into these blanks and then cranking through the order of operations. And of the four groups, the group in the back corner has the largest proposal here. This is 1,153,353,300,781,248. So now I have to ask your team, how did you get that? What numbers did you put from left to right into these blanks? What was your winner? So this was the arrangement of digits that you put into these blanks. It does use only the numbers 1 through 9. It doesn't repeat any of them. And so what's your thought process? And maybe I'll make this an open question to the whole room. What was your strategy in trying to build this number as large as possible? What were your considerations? What were you thinking about?
Make us big.
Okay, so you're going to get a lot of juice out of this power that's happening right here, right? So you want to make the number that you're raising to that power as large as you can, and you also want to make that power as large as you can, right? And so as I was walking around where the jaws were dropping, was mostly even just on this very first step in the order of operations. When you had a number like 15 that you have to raise to the 9th power, that gets pretty large pretty quick. 15 times 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 15. Already that's in the many billions, right? So that's the first consideration to take into account. And that explains why we see 7, 8, and 9 showing up in these positions. What else? In order to keep that number as large as possible, what else did you try to do? Okay, so in this division step, you also had to take care that if you try to divide by too much, you're going to make this quantity in the front smaller. Right? So try to divide by as small a number as possible when you divide. Also, what about the subtraction at the end? Same story, right? We want to subtract by as small a quantity as possible in order to preserve as much value as we can. And that explains why the 1 and the 2 show up in these blanks here. Because if we put bigger numbers there, this factor would be smaller, and this difference would become smaller. Anything else that was an important consideration?
Try to multiply as high as you can.
Try to multiply.
Middle number.
There we go. So trying to multiply by as high number as possible explains why the 6 ends up here in the blank. So I'm going to leave it as a teaser for you to try, sort of based on that strategy, see if you can make anything larger than this 1 trillion answer, 1.15 trillion answer. When we come back on Wednesday, I'll give away what I believe to be the largest answer to this problem. But so far, that's the number to beat. 1,153,300,781,248.